podcasts, YouTube videos, social media content is that they run into the issue of not having enough to talk about. I gave you the methods in which you can create unlimited topics, and it's very, very simple. So let's have ChatGPT open here. And let's just say like you're a supplement company, right? Let's go to their homepage just to keep it fresh and simple. No, I don't want 20% off right now. Okay, I'm gonna copy this right here. Now, the prompt that I give, like we can kind of modify this however we want. And obviously we have like prompts that we can use for whatever. But let's just say that we want 50 video topics to do for social media and some ideas. So what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to take my website. Let's say you own Ghost and you're putting your website in here, and we're just going to say I need 50. You could say 100, you could say 200, you could say 1,000. I need 50 topics to do social media videos on based on the content from my website. Okay, so we'll keep it simple like that. If you want to get more specific, there's sometimes where I'm more specific and I'm like, I just want to, because I do social media, podcasts, and YouTube management. I do consulting. I do on-site video shoot. Sometimes I'm like, I just want to talk about podcasting, so I'll put that in there. And I'll say I only keep it, like if you have any specifics that you want, then put that in there. So we'll hit enter. And what it's going to do is it's going to scrape all of the pages from your website, and then it's going to give you what you need. So what I like about this too sometimes is it'll, like what it's doing here is it'll segment it into different types of content. So this one will say like brand identity and founders, supplements and nutrition, apparel, merch, lookbooks. So like it'll give you a bunch of like actual kind of like categories, if you will. So let's just peek into some of these. So this one is the meaning behind Ghost slogan, be seen. So we could do a video on what does it mean to be seen? Why is that our slogan? There's a video right there. Then let's hop on to here. Spotlight on Ghost whey flavors. Okay, that's a good one. So the reason why I use Ghost protein is because I love the Oreo and Chips Ahoy flavors. I don't really like the other ones, but the other ones, like, they're good flavors. Those are just my preference, but the great flavors. So like, why not do like a test on them, or like have a stranger, like you ever seen when I was younger, I'd go to Chicago and they would have like a Coke and a Pepsi stand, and you would blind test them and decide between Pepsi and Coke which one was better. Why not do something like that on the streets with Ghost protein and have people test that out? And a lot of these are really simple, like behind the scenes of Warped Tour apparel. They could talk about that, right? So I didn't even know that, and I follow them on social media. A photo series, people wearing Ghost gear at the gym, like that's whatever. And that's the thing, is you don't have to take these word for word. You can take these whichever, you could take like number 22, 27, 16, 15, and then run away with that. But the ideas that it gives you, that's exactly what you're looking for. So let's go back up here to like this one. And let's just say for 6 through 10, it's where the ideation comes into play. I don't know why that didn't copy. Copy. Okay. So now what you want is you're going to say, let's say you pick, okay, so next step is you've gone through these, you know exactly which ones you want to do. You're like, all right, here's the 10 videos that I'm going to do. Now what you do is you say, here's the topics I want to do. Please give me, I always say please because if AI takes over the world, then it's not going to be pissed at me. Please give me, let's just say 3 to 5 bullet points per topic that I can discuss on video. Include a strong hook scripted that is either a bold statement or question. Okay, because we talked about that yesterday. That's how you start it. Hit enter. Now you can get a little bit more specific, more particular if you want, but we'll start off with number 6 here. So spotlight on Ghost whey flavor. So the hook would be, this isn't your average whey protein. It tastes like your favorite cheat meal and hits like a macro-friendly powerhouse. So talking points would be, overview of macros per serving. 25 grams protein, low sugar, low fat. Pretty sure it has no sugar, no fat. Real flavor collabs. So like then you talk about the collabs. Like we talk about Chips Ahoy, we talk about Oreo, cereal milk that actually tastes like the branding. And it does actually. And then why Ghost whey mixes smoother and cleaner than most. When to use it. That's each one of these are a topic itself too, but you can kind of compress this into one video if you wanted to. But each one of these, like this one right here, when to use it, dude, like that could be like 5 or 20 different videos. So this is great. This is a great place to start, but these are the topics that we're going to briefly skim over as we do our video. And the amazing thing about editing video, by the way, is that as I go through here, I can knock out this bullet point, pause for a second while I'm recording, just let it roll. So I can knock out that point, stop for a second, look at my notes. All right, the next one is this, real flavor collapse. Talk about that. And then an editor will go in and clip out the dead space in between and make it one congruent video. That way you don't have to get it all in one shot. Little hot tip for you. Okay, so that being said, that's what we have here. Now, I haven't talked about this yet, but I am very much against scripting. The only thing I would script would be your hook. So if you don't like this hook, then have ChatGPT help generate some other hooks for you if you want. But I don't like scripting because in my eyes, you shouldn't be talking about something that you don't know inside and out. I get it. Some people are afraid to be on camera and that sort of thing, but get over your fear, practice it. Practice makes perfect. You're going to get better at it the more you do it. That being said, with scripting, the other reason why is because like 99% of people aren't news anchors and they can't read off a teleprompter or a script and stay human. One of the main reasons why you do video content is because it makes a connection with somebody with visuals and audios, and you can see body language, you can see emotions, you can see reactions, and that's how you connect with people through video. When you're reading off a teleprompter and a script, it's very hard to do that. I've shot videos with over 300 people over my career, and only 2 people were allowed by me to do their scripting and put it on a teleprompter because they're actually good at it because they had previous experience. So notate that. Okay, so that's what we have here. So this is a great, obviously like we're going to be coming up with our video ideas. You could do this for podcast episodes. I could say, great, now I'm doing a podcast and I need 5 ideas that will last 60 minutes. And then it can give us like some really good ideas of what to do. The secret sauce behind Ghost, branding that hits different. Like we can kind of combine some of these. And this is the amazing thing about AI is now you can go through here, pick which one you want, modify it however you want. And that's like ultimately the best way to kind of create your topics. So anytime I'm doing a video content day and I need help with coming up with my topics, I'll literally pop in here. And oftentimes ChatGPT will give me ideas and I'm like, yeah, I'm an expert on that, but I never thought about talking about that before. And then there you go. Or it can modify it. And the thing is like when you do a video on one thing, just because you already did a video today doesn't mean you can do the same video 3 months from now, because you're going to provide different context. You're going to tell it with a different story. You're going to give different examples. So it's not going to be the same video. So just keep that in mind because I think that's important. A lot of people get tripped up on that. Like, oh, I already did that video. Who cares? Like if somebody already seen it and if somebody had already seen it and they see it again 3 months from now, what are they going to do? Like, oh, you already put that video out? Like, who cares? Because you're just putting content out and chances are that person's not going to see it anyway because of the way the algorithm works. So just keep that in mind.